Hi, in the previous part I talked about how I bought a wrecked Ford Escape at an auction in the USA, and after delivery I began the restoration. After carefully inspecting the damage, it became clear that the suspension, front bumper, fender, headlight and lower part of the passenger door suffered the most. After I removed all the damaged suspension parts, the first priority was to find the necessary spare parts to make the car drivable, and then I could start the bodywork. So, after making a complete list of required parts, I began searching for them. Most of the parts were found at local junkyards, as well as through online platforms. Here's the main set of parts I purchased: right drive axle assembly. I had to buy the whole assembly since it was impossible to find just the outer CV joint. The axle looks rusty, but the boots are intact, and there seems to be no play. Next, the strut assembly. I managed to find the exact same one as mine, with roughly the same mileage. I'll be replacing it because the shock absorber mount on the steering knuckle got slightly bent from the impact. Then, the hub assembly with the steering knuckle. I decided not to cut corners and bought a used part in good condition. Couldn't find just the hub separately, which might be for the best since I wouldn't know how bent the old knuckle was anyway. Control arm also in decent condition. Here's how it looks with the ball joint, which was ripped off on mine. This one is perfectly fine. Tie rod. I decided not to straighten the old one and got a good used option instead. Since one brake pad was lost during the vehicle loading process, I also bought a replacement pair. It was tricky to find a single brake disc as they're usually sold in pairs. I also bought an OEM stabilizer link. After installing the tie rod, drive axle, and control arm together with the reinforcement bracket, it was time to mount the strut and steering knuckle. Here's a comparison of how the hub rotated on the old knuckle versus the new one. The suspension is almost fully assembled, just the caliper needs work. As you can see, the guide pin bushings tore from the impact, and the pad retaining spring is also missing. The caliper boot is damaged as well. The caliper bracket is fine, but the slide pins are a bit messed up, so they definitely need replacing. Instead of searching for a rebuild kit and missing components, I bought an OEM used caliper. As you can see, the replacement caliper has all the missing parts, plus intact guide pins. I think it'll be easier to just swap the calipers, moving only the brake hose. I replaced the caliper and installed the intact guide pins. The only things left were the dust shield, brake disc, pads, and bleeding the brakes. I also took the wheel for inspection and balancing. Luckily, the rim had no critical damage and the TPMS sensor was intact, so I didn't have to buy a new one. With the suspension fully assembled, I tried lowering the car to the ground. After assembling the suspension, I performed a final check of all fasteners. Everything seemed fine, which meant it was time for a test drive. Everything went great. In the next part, I'll work on restoring the body panels. Don't miss it!